Hello, welcome. Today's yoga practice is going to be about developing some strength, especially in the wrists, and balance, and a little bit of flexibility. Come to sit on your knees, and when you're ready, close down your eyes, settle in, arrive in. And as you begin to notice the breath in and the breath out, start to let the shoulders soften, the back of the neck, let the belly relax. You know that everything's better as soon as you step onto your yoga mat. And as you sit here softening, becoming more present with your energy, remember that you don't have to do the whole practice. You can always put your knees down. You can always stop halfway through a pose. You can always have a little less effort today. Letting your practice be guided by your energy. Bowing chin to chest, and start to move the chin from left to right. Let the head be a little bit heavier so the chin comes a little bit close. And again move left to right. And then pausing in the middle, fluttering open your eyes and looking up. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and take your other arm behind your back. Just resting it towards the hip and start to twist very gently. You might just be gazing towards the top of your shoulder. A couple of breaths here, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. And then come through center and come to the other side, taking that back hand to the hip and twisting. Very gentle. Starting your ribs, getting used to a little bit of movement in a direction that they don't do all of the time. Waking up your neck. And then come back to center. Coming forward, we're going to wake up your toes. You'll know about this one. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see. And tuck your toes under. You might be able to spread them a bit and start to push back. And you'll know instantly whether you like this or not. You might just want to stay here. If you're not feeling too much, you can start to come back. If you're feeling nothing, you can come all the way up. Stay with the breath. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. This might really be testing your resolve. Only one more breath in and out, and then come forward into table and have a little bit of a slap of the tops of the feet. Okay, taking the knees wide, sink the hips back, come into child's pose. Keep the fingers creeping forward in this first child's pose, stretching up under the shoulder blades, stretching through the arms, the chest. You might even keep your head up. Breathing into the shoulder blades and the side ribs. Really challenging the breath here to increase the stretch or the sensation of stretching the shoulders. You might even creep your fingers a little bit further forward now. One more breath. And then coming up onto your hands and knees. You're going to take your hands forward a little bit. And then we're going to move forward and hold it here so that you're stretching into the wrists, but also starting to take more weight on your hands. Strengthening all of the tendons, weight bearing onto your hands, and come back. And then forward again. And then push back. One more time, coming forward. Then as much weight as you're happy with. And then coming back and shaking out your hands. Sometimes it's quite nice just to do this. And then coming back to table. A couple of cat-cows here, so lowering the spine down and then scooping the belly muscles up to the spine and rounding. Just getting the spine moving up and down. We don't need to overthink this. Sometimes the breathing feels somewhat complex. When to breathe in and when to breathe out. Just enjoy moving the spine up and down. And then come to a flat back. Keep that belly squeezing towards the spine, and then take the right leg out. Push back a few times, flexing through the hamstring and the calf muscle. And then taking your weight on your hands, you're going to lift the left knee, bringing it towards the chest, and then lower. Lift and lower and lift and lower. And then we're going to spin. So the leg moves to the back. We come into a side bend. Arm stretches along the ear. Stretching through the waist. Really reach away from the foot. And then pushing through that hand, we're going to glide up and the arms come the other way. Stretching along the extended leg. Breathing in and exhaling out. Might be able to bend a little bit more. In and out. One more, in and out. And as you come down, extending that arm along and away from you again, this time lift the leg out to the side. Holding it there, pulling the toes towards you. Breathing in and exhaling out. One more, in. Really challenge yourself to lift that leg and then spin back both hands on the ground. Leg comes back down to the ground. Okay, extending the left leg out, come to plank. Breathing in, 3 breaths here, and exhaling out. 2 more. Breathing in and out. There's always an option to put your knees down. Breathing in and out, and then coming forward over the wrists, lower all the way to the ground. Bring your arms in front of you and come up to Sphinx pose. 3 breaths here. Breathing in and exhaling out. Breathing in and softly out. Breathing in and softly out. And then tucking the toes. Bring the hands beside the chest. Push up and back and come to your first downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. You might walk the feet here as you do the next 2 inhales and exhales. And then lower the knees to the mat, and we'll do the whole thing again on the other side. So take the hands forward and come forward, so that you've definitely got some weight on your wrists, and then back, forward. You'll start to get used to it, and forward and back. Take your hands back, a couple of cat-cows here. And then take the left leg out, push back a few times. And then pushing down on your hands, lift the right knee. And lower. And again, lift. Round in your back. And lower. Last one, push down and lift. And then as you lower the knee, you're going to see the back of me this time, spin the leg around and come into a side bend. Arm is reaching straight out over the head. The leg is pushing away from you. 2 more breaths here. And then pushing down on the floor, cartwheel your hands up, and the bottom hand comes alongside the head, reaching into a side bend. Breathing in, and as you exhale, soften. Really challenge yourself to bend into the waist and the ribs. Last breath here, and then coming back to the ground. Arm comes alongside the ear again, and the leg lifts this time. 3 breaths, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. 1 more, in and out. And then both hands come back down to the ground. Leg comes down to the ground, and then take the right one out and come back to plank. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths. In and out. In and out, and lower. And this time you can either come back to Sphinx, or you can come into a cobra, squeezing shoulder blades together, or you might even come all the way up and enjoy a far bigger back bend. Lowering back down from wherever you are, tuck the toes and push up and back to downward facing dog. 4 breaths here. And then start to walk the hands towards the feet, coming into a forward fold. So take your weight evenly on your feet. So you might move backwards and forwards and then find the middle. Keep a micro bend in the knees. And then let the shoulders hang. You might even rotate one and then the other. And let the hands, the neck, the head all dangle. 4 breaths here. Start to heel toe the feet wide. Bend the knees enough so that your hands can come to the ground, and then start to lower your hips and bottom and come into Malasana squat. I always like to move my hips a few times when I get here. Sometimes I inch my feet closer together. I have a bad habit of taking them too wide. And then I bring my hands to prayer. Anjali Mudra. 4 breaths. 2 more. Take your hands behind you, release the legs, and come to sitting. Bend both knees, and then wrap forward over your knees. And then we're going to twist again, 2 different twists. The first one, knees stay as they are, and the right arm simply comes behind you, pushes down on the ground and lift. Head stays directly out over the hip. This is all about the back shoulder moving open and the ribs twisting. Hug your knees and keep them in place. 2 more breaths here. And then come back to the center. Just give your spine a moment to feel what it's like to be back in the middle. And then to the other side. So left arm comes behind you, push it down and twist open through the ribs. We're not twisting the head and neck. Remember, that just stays where it's comfortable. The shoulder moves back, the ribs move, the legs stay in place. Come back through center. And then the second twist, left leg extends away. Remember to always flex the foot. Hug the opposite arm, so the left arm around the right leg, and then bring the right arm behind you. Sit tall again, grow the spine long, and then twist. This time the head can go as far as the eyes and the neck can twist. Looking right over the shoulder. Breathing in and exhaling out. In and out. The foot relaxes, just remember to keep it flexed. Might be so flexed that the calf muscle is holding the foot off of the ground. Start to come back to center. Swap legs and we'll do the other side. So left knee is bent, right arm hugs, grow tall and twist. That right leg extends away. The neck rotates towards the shoulder, the eyes go as far as they can. 3 breaths here, breathing in and exhaling out. 2 more. And come back to center. Extend both legs for a moment, keep both feet flexed. See how far you can get your heels off the ground and just sit tall. And then taking your feet to where your knees are. Take your hands behind you, fingers are facing towards your body. And then pull the belly to the spine, squeeze your glutes and lift up to an upward facing table. Hold it here and then lower. Inhale and lift. So you're pushing through your hands, lifting through your glutes, your thighs, holding it for a breath and lowering. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. One more. Inhale and lift. You'll be feeling it in the backs of your arms, in your wrists. Hold it here. Another inhale and exhale. And then lower to the ground. I need to shuffle forward because we're going to come all the way down onto your elbows and down onto your back, keeping your knees bent. We'll just rest here for a couple of breaths. You might shake your wrists again, or you can interlace the fingers and rotate the wrists like this. Put the backs of your hands together. And then bring your arms down to the ground. Take your feet as wide as your hips. And we're going to do a few kind of flowing bridges here. So as you push down on your feet and lift your hips, lift your arms up above your head. Hold it here. Squeeze the inner thighs and the glutes and exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Hold it. Exhale and lower. Again, inhale and lift. Squeeze a little bit higher. Exhale and lower. One more. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Hug your knees to your chest. And then we're going to rock up to boat pose. So, as you start to rock, I managed to do it in one. It might take you a few. Come up. You might need to hold the backs of your hands, your thighs. Flex your feet. And then we're going to tap them down and lift them up. Tap them down and lift them up. Down and up and down and up. And then cross the legs. Come onto your knees and come up to standing. Okay, going to be a little bit far away from the camera. Come to the top of your mat. Take your feet underneath your hips and we're just going to lift one knee and hug it into the chest. A little bit of balancing. Release the toes on your standing foot. And then start to take it back into high lunge. And then come back up. I'm wobbling, it's challenging. Take the leg back. One more of these, so come forward, hug the knee up, flex the foot, and then step back. High lunge, hold it here, breathing in and out, in and out, and then open to warrior two. Holding it here, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Firm through the back thigh. Rotate the front hand and then tip up and back to reverse warrior. Hand can either come down the leg or wrap around. Breathing in and breathing out. One more, in and out. Then hands are going to cartwheel all the way to the ground. Come in to low lunge. Push back here. Today I'm going to leave my foot on the floor. And really see how far I can take my hips and glutes back while still trying to keep my foot pointed. Holding it here. One more breath. And then coming forward. Moving my hips forward. Swing my arms and coming up to Anjaneyasana. Holding it here. And then I'm going to heel toe my foot out to the side, bring my hands down and come to lizard. The leg is wide. Might take that back leg back a little bit. And then option to either just come to the side, or you might be able to come down onto your forearms. Coming back up onto your hands. And then we're going to do the whole thing on the other side. And to get there, I'm going to come up into a wide-legged forward fold. Just cheat with your feet. And you'll see that I'm still on my hands. Take them out so they're quite far in front of you. So you're starting to extend into a flat back. And then I'm going to fold. Two or three breaths here. And then walking your hands towards your right foot. Come to the other side. Into low lunge. Using your back foot, we're going to spring forward. Come to forward fold. And then push through your feet and come all the way up to standing. Left leg lifts. Hug it to your chest. And then step back. Spring forward and hug the knee to your chest. Embrace all of the wobbles. This is what this practice is about. Strength in ankles and wrists. Balance. One more, coming forward. Pulling the toes up towards you, foot is flexed. Stepping back and staying here this time. High lunge. Breathing in and exhaling out. In and out. One more. In and open to warrior two. As you breathe in, exhale and lower into the front knee. Push through the outside edge of the back foot. Firm through both thighs. Flip in the front hand. Lift the arm and come into reverse warrior. Hands cartwheel all the way to the ground. Lower the back knee And then push back into this half split on the other side. Foot stays pointed. See if you can move your hips and glutes back. Holding it here. And then coming forward. Inhale and lift, Anjaneyasana. Arms reach towards the ceiling. Come forward into your hips as much as you are comfortable with. And breathe. And then start to heel toe the foot a little bit wider. And then hands come down, lizard on the second side. So you can stay right as you are, arm hugging into the inside of the leg, or you can come onto an angle and stay up onto your hands, or come all the way down onto your arms. Two more breaths here. And then coming back up. We're going to come back into a wide-legged forward fold. Adjust your feet when you get there. Bring your hands to the ground and again walk them out as far as you can in front of you, and then melt your chest and back. Coming into a little bit of a shoulder stretch. 2 or 3 breaths here. Walk your hands back towards you. Heel toe your feet back to the center, coming into forward fold. I'm going to turn sideways and then start to bend bottom to your heels and come all the way down onto the ground. Come into Shavasana. Extending your legs, taking your arms beside you. You might just want to move your legs and hips for a moment. And then bring them to stillness. Clasp one of your hands into a fist. Feel that clenching all the way up your forearm, maybe into your shoulder. Then I'm going to count to 5 and you're going to release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. And let that release spread across the chest, down the other arm. Feel your fingertips soften. Feel the back of your head a little bit heavier against the mat. Notice where your body touches the mat, your heels, calf muscles, glutes, shoulder blades. And as you exhale, let them all relax a little more. And then just focus on the soft rise and fall of the chest. Take the focus of the eyes in towards the nose. Let the back of the throat relax, the tongue. congratulate yourself on a fairly challenging practice for rest, for balance. Notice how good it feels to turn up. And then let's all breathe in and exhale out one more time together. And then I'm going to leave you there. Thank you again for practicing with me. Namaste.